So he's going to need a couple seconds to get up on stage, so keep the clapping going until he gets here. Let's have a huge Granite State welcome from the one and the only, Mr. Dan Granite!
Thank you, Jacques. Only half true, but... I'm actually back to 100% already. I just didn't want to shovel today. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Yeah. Excited to be here. It's good to be back. Also excited we got Valentine's Day coming up.
Yes.
You know what that means. Red M&Ms. You can usually get a pretty good sense of the time of year it is based on the color M&Ms we have out in our house. My favorite's Halloween, black and orange. Then you move into the holidays, green and red. But we're an inclusive household, so I also like to put out a bowl of just blue. Mazel. Then you move into February, red for Valentine's Day, but I also like to take the extra black ones from Halloween, put those out. Rest of the year, pretty much standard issue, except for June. June is Pride Month, so we switched to Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Started a new job recently, which had me thinking about all the strange policies I've encountered over the course of my career. One of my old jobs had a very strict facial hair policy. Mustaches only. No beards allowed. Which I always thought was wild, because there's no scenario where I have only a mustache and I look more professional. I look more creepy. And if I were to ask you, name the most famous mustaches in history.
Tom Selleck.
Hitler's on the list. Not the guy you want coming to mind when you're making policy. Also, it's tough to pull off just a mustache. But a beard? Beard looks good on any man. Covers so much. You don't know what's going on under here. Could be Chris Hemsworth, could be Chris Christie. I get to use a lot of acronyms at my job, which is fun. Acronyms are kind of my favorite. Although there was a stretch when I thought an acronym was someone who only had sex with acrobats. Not the case. But I love a good acronym. You might even say they're the GOAT. The goofiest option available today. That's what I like about them. There's no rules, nobody reining me in. I don't call my wife Fab because she's fabulous. I call her Fab because she's got a fine-ass booty.
You're right. You're right.
Thank you. She appreciates a compliment, although she doesn't love the delivery structure. Fortunately for her, it's a good structure. Good ass structure. It's a gas. But yeah, acronyms, they're everywhere. Just last week I had to head down to the DMV to register my SUV. Trying to get it out of there ASAP. But it was like everybody had ADD. Lady behind the counter talking to everybody like they were BFFs. LOLing. Talking about UFOs or HIV. So I'm standing there. SMH. I'm getting PO'd. LFG, right? Finally, it's my turn. Now this woman's looking at me like, WTH? Turns out it was just a minor case of RBF. She was great. Handled all my FAQs like it was NBD. Although for some reason when we were finished, she started telling me about her UTI. FYI, TMI. At that point, I just grabbed my ID, hopped in the V, lit up some THC, threw on some BIG. Nice. R.I.P. I also, like Jacques, I'm a married man. Woo! Thank you. No big deal. Over the years, I've found that you can tell a lot about a relationship dynamic based on the order in which you say the couple's names. And my wife's name is Rachel. And when we first got married, it was Dan and Rachel. Always Dan and Rachel. Over the years, I started to get a lot more Rachel and Dan. Which I didn't love. That was, of course, until I overheard someone say, Rachel and her husband. What the hell, Mom? It's fine. It's fine. Now, 12 years, we got a good thing going. You know, we do still have our tough moments, though. You know, for example, I know my wife wishes I was more of a handyman. Unfortunately for her, I'm really just a handsy man. Makes it tough to get through the kitchen. Also, we have very different parenting styles, which can be tough. You know, like she's a good parent. My style's more like, oh, you can't find your shoes? They're not on my feet. Okay? She has to remind me quite a bit that their brains are still developing, which is true, but doesn't change the fact that they started it. Yeah, parenting is tough. I'll tell you, something else I struggle with is the fact that you have to teach them everything, but they get all the credit. I only seem to get acknowledgement when something goes wrong. Sure, he learned to ride his bike. I was there. Teaching. But you only seem to hear he learned it from his dad when they say something like, nice fucking blinker, pal.
It's true.
In my defense, guy could use his fucking blinker. You know, maybe if there weren't so many bad drivers out there, my kids wouldn't have to swear so much. So yeah, they're learning to talk. Currently, they're at the phase where they can get their point across, but they still make a ton of mistakes. Look how fast I goed. Mommy is the bestest. Can you believe how much Daddy eated? First of all, can you believe how much Daddy ate? Idiot. Read a book. And second, excuse me for still having an appetite. Not all of us spent the entire day demanding snacks under the threat of violence. Pretty sure as we left tonight, I heard one of them yell, "Give me goldfish or give me death." Maniacs. On the upside, there is quite a bit of unintended innuendo, which is fun. The last time one of my guys had a cold, he refused to let me blow his nose, but I kept trying until finally he yelled, "I want Mommy to blow me." Me too, man. We're working on it. Valentine's Day. Last week, my manager took our team out for a team building event. We went to one of these indoor golf simulators, which is tough because I don't know a lot about golf. So when I got there, typed in my name. First question they asked, "What's your handicap?" I don't know. I had no idea what to put. Stood there for a minute. Finally, I typed in lazy eye. Felt like an appropriate answer. I mean, even when I'm looking straight ahead, my ball and my eye both kind of drift off. You know? It's tough for golf. It's worse for conversations, though. It makes people uncomfortable. It's tough. It's okay, though, because you know who else had a lazy eye? The notorious B.I.G. That's right. Biggie, 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 can't you see? No, not really. But, you know, I'll never forget the day I found out Biggie had a lazy eye. Felt an immediate connection. Ever since that day, I've been a hip-hop guy. As I'm sure you can tell. I mean, by the time we left the golf simulator, they were calling me Two-Putt Shakur. Yeah, I love hip-hop. It can be tough, though, mostly because I look like a grown-up version of the kid from A Christmas Story. It's tough to maintain any street cred when they think you're going to shoot your eye out. Also, very few people in my life share my passion. You know, I try to get my nephews to call me Unc. Totally backfired. Now they call me Chunk. I thought I was going to teach them how to Dougie. Now they want the truffle shuffle. I get it, though, you know. My life is nothing like a rap song. I'm not from the hood. I don't floss in the whip. Certainly can't call my wife a bad bitch. I've tried. I mean, she doesn't like any of my hip-hop compliments. The other day, she was getting ready. I told her she looked dummy thick. You know, ass so fat that you could see it from the front. Oh. Okay. Didn't go over well with her either.
Really?
It is a compliment. The thought that counts? Maybe not? I will say, my favorite thing about hip-hop is how they've embraced the metric system. You know, unlike the rest of America, rappers use it all the time. Smoking weed, flipping keys, making crazy G's. And listen, I don't encourage the sale and distribution of illegal narcotics, but I do encourage the metric system. I like it so much, I'm actually starting to develop a bit of a meter fetish. That's just like a foot fetish, only longer. 3 inches, more like 9 centimeters. What's up? What's up? That's it for me, everybody. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Dan. Keep it going for Dan. No, he's ridiculous. And keep it going for Dan. He's the one who put this together. Also, keep it going for Dan for dropping hip-hop cultures in the whitest room in New Hampshire. That's fucking insane.